this COVID situation, first of all, stay home, stay safe. So first of all, my sincere thanks to our Honorable Secretary Sir and AGO Sir, Convener Sir, and to our Principal Sir, and also PLA Principal Sir and his staff. So everyone, good afternoon all of you. This is B. Shamir Khan, TGT in Science as a CRT in Southern School. So we completed the first chapter, heat. So let us go to the second chapter, acids, bases and salts. So today in this class, we discuss only the introduction of these acids and bases. So you have learned this chapter in 7th class. So first of all, what are acids? So in 7th class, you have learned the substances which are change the blue litmus paper into red. They are in acidic nature. In 7th class, you have learned about the substances which are change the blue litmus paper into red. They are in acidic nature. Generally, we used so many substances as acids in our daily life. For example, lemon. So, lemon, tomato, tamarind, apple, curd. So these are all substances having acidic nature. We are used these substances every day in our daily life. They contain also some acid. For example, tomato. In tomato, oxalic acid is present. In lemon, citric acid is present. Suppose if you taste these substances, how is its taste? How is it taste? It is in sour taste. So that means acids are in sour taste. So in 7th class, you have learned the substances which are change the blue litmus paper into red. They are known as acids. Acids, generally acids are in sour taste. We use different types of natural substances that having natural acids. That means, for example, lemon, tomato, tamarind, curd. Okay. So these are all substances having acidic substances. For example, in lemon or tamarind, or suppose in lemon, citric acid is present. In tomato, oxalic acid is present. In apple, malic acid is present. So here we use these are all the substances that having acids. If you taste these substances, they are in sour taste. For example, if we use some substances, that means some acids in laboratory purpose, they are called as chemical acids. For example, sir, next slide, sir. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. So here, if you observe this slide, here lemon, oranges, tomato, these are the substances that having in acidic nature. Next slide, sir. So in chemical laboratory purpose, we use some acids. They are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid. But don't taste these acids. I say that generally acids are in sour taste, but these are synthetic acids. So don't taste these acids because of their very dangerous.
Okay.
So if you test that one, they can burn. So these are the acids that we used in laboratory purpose. They are called as synthetic acids or chemical acids. Next slide, sir. Next, what are bases? Substances which are change the red litmus paper into blue color or in basic nature. The substances which are change the red litmus paper into blue, they are known as basic nature. We are also used so many substances as bases in our daily life. For example, soap. In soap solution, in soap, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide is present. Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are the two basic substances that are present in soap. And also washing soda, baking soda solution, and also lime water. That means lime water, not lemon juice. Lime water means sunnapu neeru. In lime water, calcium hydroxide is present. So these are the some basic substances that we use in our daily life. In chemical laboratory purpose, we used some basic substances also. Please observe that one. Next slide, sir. So there are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, that is lime water, magnesium hydroxide. It is used in preparing antacidic tablets. So here, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide is present in soap. And calcium hydroxide, that means lime water. Magnesium hydroxide, that is called as milk of magnesia. It is used in preparing or making antacid tablets to reduce the acidity in our stomach. So these are the basic substances, and some are acidic substances that we use in our daily life. But how can we identify this is a acid and this is a base? That means you know about some indicators. So here we use some indicators to identify the acids and bases. Next slide, sir. So here, next slide, yes. So here indicators can be divided as three types: natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators. When we observe that one here, natural indicators, our nature is a big laboratory. It is a natural, wonderful laboratory. It contains everything. That means it is also having some indicators that we use it in our daily life. For example, that is, what is this? Yes, what is that? Turmeric powder.
Turmeric water.
Yes, very good. And what is the name of the flower?
Mandara.
That is hibiscus. Very good. So here, petals of hibiscus or beetroot juice, red cabbage juice, turmeric powder. These are all available in our nature. That's why here we use they are known as natural indicators. Next slide, sir. So natural indicators here also we use it to identify which is acid or which is base. Observe that one here. Hibiscus flower. The petals of hibiscus also we use it to identify whether it is acid or base. Turmeric powder, red cabbage, mango leaf, oleander. Oleander means ganner pulu. Okay. So these are all used to identify the acids and bases. How can we identify? For example, you observe one activity here. Sir, share option, sir. Share option, sir. Yes. Okay. So here take one white paper here. So now you take petals of hibiscus, rub these petals on white paper. Okay. So now observe that one here. So now take one acidic substance. Acidic substance, for example, you take lemon. Now pour some lemon drops on this paper. Yes. Please observe. Here, what do you observe? It turns into red color. Yes, the color is changed. Here, yes. So when we pour some few drops of lemon juice on this paper, first of all, this paper is rubbed with petals of hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Yes. So here, what do you observe? The color of the paper is changed. So here we can identify it is if the petals of hibiscus paper turns into red color, then it is a acid. That means it is a acidic substance. So lemon is a acidic substance. So for example, if you take this is what is that?
Lime paper.
Turmeric? No. What is that? Turmeric paper. I apply some turmeric powder on the white paper. Then now you have take soap
water.
Yes, soap water. Very good. Observe that one.
Color will be changed in red
Yes.
color.
In which color?
Red color.
Red
Very
color.
good. Yes, very good. So here it is also a natural indicator to identify the acid. So here the turmeric paper, when we add soap solution, it turns into red color. That means by this, if the turmeric paper turns into red color, then it contains basic substance. So what substance we have taken here? Soap solution. So soap solution is a base.
Basic substance.
So here, yes, very good. Basic substance. So here we use some natural indicators to identify the acid and base. Now we observe, we also use litmus paper. We also use litmus paper in laboratory purpose to identify the acids and bases. Sir, slide, sir, Ilyas, sir. Mute cheskondamma. Please, all of you mute. Next slide. Yes. Litmus paper. Here, blue litmus and red litmus paper, generally we use that one. Generally, litmus is also a dicolor. It is extracted from lichens and plant. It belongs to a division of Thallophyta. So here division of plants is there. Thallophyta, Pteridophyta is there. This litmus dye belongs to Thallophyta plant. So here also it is generally it is in purple color in neutral solution. Generally it is in purple color in neutral solution. Yes. So here we take two types of litmus papers, blue and red. If you dipped one blue litmus paper in acid, observe that one in figure number 1. Here I take some solution in a beaker. Now dipped the blue litmus paper. So what happened? The pot which is dipped, yes, the pot which is dipped in the solution, it turns into red color.
Red color.
Yes. Moshmita, mute cheskoma.
Okay.
So here the blue litmus paper turns into red color. So that's why if we know, we can say that it is a acidic substance. Observe the second picture here. Now I take some solution in a beaker. Now dipped one red litmus paper into that one. So what do you observe here? The red litmus paper turns into blue color. That means it is a basic substance. So here by using litmus paper also we can identify the acid and base easily. If there is no change in litmus paper, it is called as neutral substance. If the blue litmus paper turns into red, then it is called as acidic substance. If the red litmus paper turns into blue color, then it is known as basic substance. If there is no change in the litmus paper, that is known as neutral solution or neutral substance. Next slide, sir. Yes. So these are that means turmeric paper, petals of hibiscus, litmus paper. They are all known as natural indicators. But here some synthetic indicators are also used to identify the acids and bases. They are phenolphthalein and methyl orange. One is methyl orange and another one is phenolphthalein. So here methyl orange and phenolphthalein is not available. So you can do this activity in your lab, physical science lab. So generally, if you take a solution in a beaker, observe the left hand side. So here acid substance is there. If you pour 2 drops of methyl orange into that one, then the color is changed into what color? Red color. So here methyl orange gives red color with acidic substances. Methyl orange gives red color with acidic substances. Suppose if you take alkali means basic substance in a beaker. Now add few drops of methyl orange, then it turns into what color? Yellow color. Yes, yellow color. So here what we conclude that from this activity, so methyl orange gives a red color with acidic substances and yellow color with basic substances. So this is very important. Next, another indicator is there to identify the acids and bases, that is phenolphthalein. Next slide, sir. So phenolphthalein generally, yes, it has no color. Observe the solution in the middle of the picture. It has no color. Now take one beaker. Now if you add few drops of phenolphthalein in that one, then is there any color change? No. So here there is no change in the color in the first beaker. That means it is an acidic substance. So in acidic substance, phenolphthalein remains same color. That means it has no change in its color. If you add in basic solution, if you add few drops of phenolphthalein into basic solution, observe the second beaker. It turns into pink color. So what do you observe in this activity? So phenolphthalein remains same color in the acidic substance and pink with basic substance. So here we used 2 indicators as synthetic indicators. They are known as synthetic indicators. That means we use it in laboratory purpose, this one, and identify which is acid, which is base easily. So blackboard, sir. So here you observe that one. What we conclude this from these 2 activities, Methyl orange, here I denoted M, acid A, base B, and phenolphthalein P. If you write this table here, like simple, then if you kept in your mind, then you can give very good answer in the examination. So here, methyl orange, observe that one, methyl orange with acids gives red color, with bases yellow color. And phenolphthalein with acids, there is no change in color. That means it remains same color. With bases, pink color. So please write down this table in your notebook. So acids, bases, that is AB, methyl orange, phenolphthalein. So if you write that RYNP, this is the code RYNP. If you noted in your notebook, then if you write this table on, suppose if any one bit is come in this topic. Suppose phenolphthalein gives dash color with the bases. So that means phenolphthalein, okay, bases. So what color? Pink color. So we can write easily, yes, very good. So we can write easily by this small table. Okay, so everyone note down in your notebook. Next, so here we identify the acids and bases by using natural indicators and also synthetic indicators. What are the two synthetic indicators that we used to identify the acids and bases? One is methyl orange and the second one is phenolphthalein. Next, some other indicators are also there. Here, some substances here, when we observe that one, their odor means smell. Here, some substances change their odor with the basic or acidic substances. Next slide, sir. Next slide. Next, sir. Next, sir. Idi malli back ravalla anduko. Yes. So here some substances whose odor means smell. Smell is changed in acidic or basic substances. They are known as olfactory indicators. Very important for 1 mark. What are olfactory indicators? Give some examples. So here, substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic media are known as olfactory indicators. So best olfactory indicators, example for everyone, we use the substance in our daily life and also in our house, especially your mother's. What is that? Onion. Next slide, sir. So here, onion is a best example of olfactory indicator. And also you observe that one, clove oil. Cloves means lavanga. So clove oil is also one olfactory indicator. So everyone having onions in your house, so do this activity today in evening session. So first of all, take 2 white cloth, that means banyan cloth or any white 2 cloths, okay, small pieces of 2 cloths. Now chopped some onions, kept some onions in the cloth and tie it tightly, and kept this cloth with onions in refrigerator for 1 night. Tomorrow, if you use that cloths, they are having some smell generally. Now if you test with some acids and bases, so everyone having some acids and bases in your house. For example, acid, best example, lemon. So lemon is present in your house, so test with lemon juice and observe the smell. Odor means smell. So by the smell also you can identify which is acid and which is base. The best example for base is soap solution. Everyone having soap solution. So if you pour some washing soda or soap solution on that cloth, then it releases some smell. So now you identify the smell, then you observe which is acid and which is base easily. So here by these substances, suppose here clove oil is there or onion, chopped onions. In every house onion is present. So by onion also we can identify which is acid and which is base easily. So here how can we identify? By the odor. Odor means smell. So by the smell we can identify which is acid and which is base. So that substances are known as olfactory indicators. Example for olfactory indicators are onion, clove oil, and also vanilla essence. It is available in supermarkets. Okay, but these two substances are available in our house. For example, if you use also garlic, garlic is also a good example for olfactory indicator. Okay, next. So come to page number 21 in your textbook. Sir, previous slide, please, sir. Yes, yes, this one. So observe the table number 1 here. Here some substances are given, sample solutions. So write down their names in your notebook, in your textbook. Here symbols are given, that formulas are given. HCl means hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. And the second one, H2SO4, sulfuric acid. And the third one, nitric acid, HNO3. And the fourth one, CH3COOH, acetic acid. It is present in vinegar. Next, the fifth one, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Sodium hydroxide. Next, potassium hydroxide, KOH.
Magnesium hydroxide.
Magnesium hydroxide, MgOH taken twice. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH.
Calcium hydroxide.
Next, last one, calcium hydroxide. So these are the 9 substances are given. Now fill the table. The first one, red litmus paper. So here if you test with the red litmus paper with this sample solution, what do you observe? The red litmus paper turns into blue color. What are the substances changes the red litmus paper into blue color? NaOH, KOH, MgOH taken twice, NH4OH, CaOH taken twice. So from 5th to 9, these are the 5 substances changes the red litmus paper into which color? Blue color. So write down blue color. Next, observe the second one. Blue litmus paper is given. So the first 4 substances, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. These are the acids. So what are acids? That acids which are change the blue litmus paper into which color? Red color. So write down here in this 4 in that table, red color for the first 4 substances in blue litmus paper table column. Next, phenolphthalein. Come to phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein solution in acidic solution. What is the color? Phenolphthalein in acidic. What is that? No change. Very good. Yes, very good. So write down. First 4 substances are acids. So we can write as no change. Next, the remaining 5 to 9, that is NaOH, KOH, MgOH taken twice, NH4OH, CaOH taken twice. These are all bases. What is the color of the phenolphthalein solution in basic media? What is that?
Pink.
Pink color. Very good. Write down pink color. Write down pink color in your next methyl orange solution. What is the color of the methyl orange solution in acidic media? It turns red color. So write down the first four red color. Next, in basic media, what is the color of the methyl orange solution? What is that?
Yellow.
What is that?
Yellow color.
Very good. Very good. So write down yellow color in your textbook. So here, yes, okay, sir. So here, yes, sir. So from this here, what can we do? We can say that if the red litmus paper turns into blue color, then it is base. If the blue litmus paper turns into red, it is acidic. And what is that? Methyl orange gives red color with acids and yellow color with bases.
Bases.
Phenolphthalein gives no change in color, that means remains same color in acids and pink color with bases. So here in today's class, we discuss about what are acids and what are bases. How can we identify the acids and bases with indicators? Here indicators are three types. One is natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators. So is there any doubts? Tomorrow, that means in next class, we discuss about the chemical properties of acids and bases. These are very important for examination purpose. We continue tomorrow. Is there any doubts? Sir, blackboard, camera sharing, stop change, sir. Is there any doubts?
No, sir.
Not
Yes, are you understand very well?
S.
Sir, we understood very well, sir.